This is a BBC News, an article published on 25th of April 2019. It reads, Sri Lanka attacks, sister of ringleader deplores attack. So this man was the ringleader behind the attacks, church attacks, named Jahran Hashim. What particularly got my attention was, where does the sister of this ringleader live? Where are they from? So let's find out whether the ringleader and her sister used to live somewhere which had something to do with this attack. Okay, let's read. Muhammad Hashim Madaniya has found out that her brother Jahran Hashim is the alleged ringleader of a group of suicide bombers who attacked churches and hotels in Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday, killing at least 250. We all know that number has increased and the number is now over 350. Anyway, let's read on. It reads here. Wearing a white scarf, Miss Madaniya sits uncomfortably in the humidity of Katankundi, a predominantly Muslim town overlooking the Indian Ocean. So she is now living in Katankundi. So the siblings used to live in that area, Katankundi. So let's find out whether we have any information regarding Islamist extremism or Muslim persecution or anything, or any attacks in the past in this area, Katankundi. Here we are. Katankundi Mosque Massacre. Katankundi Mosque Massacre, you can easily find it out from Wikipedia. It reads, Katankundi Mosque Massacre was the killing of 147 Muslim men and boys on 3rd of August 1990. So this was the more or less breakaway period from Muslim Tamils from other Tamils like Hindu Tamils and all. And it reads here, the Sri Lankan government accuses the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam of committing the crime. Why? Why is that? Why the Tamil Tigers carried out the attack of this mosque when most of the Muslims of that region were supporting Tamils, LTTE. There was a breakaway period, in fact, even prior to this. So this was, from many sources, as we understand, this was a kind of a punishment from LTTE on the Muslims for not supporting their movement, because the Muslims didn't want to continue with the LTTE anymore. So this Katankundi Mosque Massacre, where 147 Muslims were killed, took place on 3rd of August 1990. There is another article which you can easily find from Wikipedia. It reads, expulsion of Muslims from northern province by LTTE. So obviously, it is obvious that Muslims had broken away from LTTE totally. So as a the punishment was the mosque attack, and it further escalated when this expulsion happened. It reads, the expulsion of the Muslims from northern province was an act of ethnic cleansing carried out by Tamil militant Liberation Tamil Tiger Velam Ltd organization in October 1990 due to increasing tension between Muslims and Tamils in North Sri Lanka and the Muslims' opposition to the creation of Tamil homeland. So Muslims in fact initially supported the Tamil homeland, but they later on broke away from the LTTE, and the LTTE forcibly expelled 72,000 strong Muslims from the region. Because the Muslims found out earlier that although many of them were Tamils, but if a Tamil homeland is created, Tamil Hindus will become the majority and Muslims will still remain a minority. From the creation of Sri Lanka in 1948, the Sinhalese wanted lesser rights for the Tamils, and this strife continues even today. Before we go into the background of Sinhalese and Tamil problem, you also need to know the history of Black July. In 1983, in the month of July, it started with an ambush on 23rd of July by the LTTE, one of the Tamil militant groups. The LTTE had killed 13 Sri Lankan army, and as a reaction, the following day, that is on the 24th of July, anti-Tamil programs started, and the riots broke out in the capital city of Colombo. And over 7 days, the Sinhalese or the anti-Tamil groups targeted Tamils, and the death toll rose to 3,000. And 150,000 Tamils became homeless. Thousands of shops were destroyed. The Tamils mainly benefited from the facilities which were established by the Christian missionaries. And the British divide and rule policy did empower the Tamils with education and government jobs. But in 1956, Sinhalese Sinhala, to be precise, was made the only official language in 1956. That means 8 years after the Sri Lankan independence. But later on, English was also made the official language, though only a fraction of Sri Lankan population could speak English then. Sinhalese, they constitute 75% of the population, so they had obviously animosity with the Tamils, because Tamils were in a stronger position economically and in education and other social positions. So ethnic riots took place several times in Sri Lanka. There was also a riot in 1958, anti-Tamil program that took place in 1958. Now, this man, Velu Pillai Pravakaran, he is widely considered a terrorist who was killed by the Sri Lankan army in 2009, which ended effectively the LTTE movement. This man was a Christian, and many claim that he converted to Methodist Christianity, who was the leader of the LTTE, though Christians are minority amongst the Tamils. Before these steps attacks against Muslims, Muslims did fall out with the Tamil movement, and the Sri Lankan Muslim Congress was formed in 1981, who opposed the Tamil homeland movement, and this was supported by the Sri Lankan government. And this was formed again in Katakundi. You can see it here in Katakundi. This was formed in Katakundi, the same place from where the ringleader of the recent church attacks came from. And so again the Katakundi comes up. The situation got worse when the Sri Lankan government formed the Sri Lankan Muslim Guards, who were against the formation of the Tamil homeland. So the Tamil Tigers started considering, and the Tamil Hindus started considering Muslims as enemies for their cause. This is Anton Balasingham. Anton Balasingham was one of the leaders of the LTTE, and he was rather a chief negotiator of the Liberation Tamil Tigers of Elam, who died in London in 2006. Although came from a Roman Catholic family, he became an agnostic rationalist later on in his life. Both him and the other leader of LTTE, they both apologized to the Muslims later on for their expulsion from the northern region of Sri Lanka.